So do I look over here or... Hey! How are you doing? Hello. So, oh no, I was looking at me, not at the camera. Alright. This is my final! I assume you're the only one that's ever going to see this, so that's just a little private thing that you and me will have forever. I was gonna try and take on, like, this really crazy character and, like, do it like Jenna Marbles because she's really funny. Or like Davey Wavy because he doesn't wear shirts in any of his vlog posts. I don't know. My hands look really fat on camera. But yeah, so this is it. Action! So, one of the first things that I realized about sort of my relationship to the camera work in class is that I'm actually surprisingly really interested in acting for the camera. I think part of it comes from the fact that I had this realization that I actually think I would feel less pressure on a film set than I would in acting rehearsal, or in like theater rehearsals. Acting rehearsals, this is going really well. I'm about to graduate. But I just I had this realization that if nothing else, things can change really easily. I don't know what that is. It's not skin. Or, not that they can change, but they can be changed really easily. And so that I actually think it sort of takes a lot of the onus off of the actor from having to be great or be creative. A million things can be cut out or changed or made to look different or whatever. So that, like, in the end, a bad performance can be completely cut out or recut into a good performance. And that, of course, there is good and bad acting in film, but we never really know what the original was like. I'm in my kitchen, back in Maryland. This is ridiculous. One of the sort of most fascinating exercises for me was doing the first sort of screen test that we did in class and hearing what people said my type was. Gay best friend, Brooklyn hipster, yes man. Another question that I sort of have is, and this came up from Anne Boleyn, as you heard in my conference, but the idea of playing straight and what exactly that means. Like, oh my god, super flamboyant. Will I ever be able to play straight? What does it mean for an actor to play straight? How do I, like, change that up so I'm believably straight? Or, whatever. Editing, I realize, is a huge, important part of the process, and I think one of the biggest things I learned is actually getting a stronger eye for editing and what that means. Quick, fast, and simple. Of course, I had to snap on that because editing is all about telling the story in the clearest way possible. I've got a lot of hot sauce. Wait, 1, 2... I never want to be a film director. As a film director, there is just so much to think about. Even the littlest thing being out of place and having to think and understand so many shots, and there's too much. There's just way too much that I don't think my brain would be able to handle it. Which is unfortunate because I do love the idea of how film is a medium of images. And I think that allows for some really creative possibilities. So finally, talking about creativity. I think it's a Band-Aid. I don't know. This is still going well. This assignment was actually kind of terrifying for me, and I think part of the reason I put it off until this very last minute, just so you know, felt like I needed to be creative. And I know that that is when a lot of my work suffered. I think that is sort of my biggest fear with working on film, especially in a non-professional setting, and not as an actor, is sort of this need to be creative. It's like, where do these ideas for film come from? Why a film versus something else? And, that kind of thing. So that's about what sort of the main points that I feel like I've learned throughout this semester. I think it's been a really fun class, and it's been really interesting to examine a medium that I never quite understood, or at least not fully. I mean, I still obviously fully don't. Yeah, I know everything there is to know about movies now. I took a one-semester film class in university, so just FYI. But yeah, so thank you, Paolo. I appreciate it. It was a really good semester. It was fun to learn about this sort of thing, and I hope it was good having me in class. And I'll see you soon, buddy. This is a terrible ending!